Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Sonya, and I make videos about embodying your higher self, your best life, living your best life. And how do we get to do that? By manifesting. Now, manifesting, creating our reality, Abraham Hicks and all of these, it's big right now. And I think there's a reason for that. We're coming into this deeper awareness of our powerful abilities to be creators of our reality. And what does that look like? What does that feel like? I talked a bit about this in my last one, and moving from victimization into freedom. So what is freedom for us? Freedom is the ability to kind of tune out what a certain reality is, and to tune into your own, and then to move towards what the message is or the path is to create that reality. So, and again, there's many great teachers out there, Neville Goddard and all that, and talks about the imagination. So I love this stuff. Like, I spend a lot of time doing that and meditating on it. And then testing it out in my own life. And as I mentioned before, I've been manifesting as a manifesting generator with my visions for a long time, and then having things, appear, whether they're really great or they're really horrible, things that I wasn't always aware of that I was doing, right? And so this is this dual polarity reality that we're in, and sometimes we get pulled, what Vadim Zeland talks about, the pendulum, where we put too much importance on something, and then it goes the other way. So, and I've been witnessing that lately in my own personal life that I'm not going to get too much into, but something that I really didn't want, to end it or break up or whatever, but somehow it was always coming out. And if I would get upset, I would just kind of say, okay, whatever, I don't really need this person, or I don't, and in a way it's actually a self-protection. And I'm better understanding also how, other relationships and things like that, when people had those moments of anxiety or panic, or wanting to go deeper into a relationship, into a love story, that could end in a lot of hurt and pain, as some of us know and have been through. So my thing is not to dwell on any of the past, and also to look at, there's nobody else to change but you. So meaning, if you're having these thoughts coming in of like the negative scenario that's starting to, take over, or this could happen, and you're looking at all the potential realities, because, people do that and they think it's realistic, but really what you're doing is you're putting sticks in the wheels of moving forward with the highest potential reality that you actually desire to experience. So, and I've seen that, and even working in groups, when people always want to look at the worst scenario that could happen, and you're putting, so if we know that energy flows where attention goes, then why would we want to put attention into the negative scenario, right? And say, oh, now you have to, protect your this and that, and you have to, it's like, no, let's look at the highest potential timeline and quantum jump into that reality. So this is with quantum physics is showing us more and more about the observer effect, and how, what you observe actually expands or starts to take more place. So that could be a relationship, that could be, so if it's been off balance, you might want to, take your energy back. And when that happens, sometimes in relationships, you can really feel it. And sometimes it can feel like a void, or it could feel like, and so when you experience these things, you become really self-observant, self-aware. You write it, you analyze it, which I do, and some of us are here to explore the realms of consciousness, the realms of possibility, the realms of even death and life, and what that actually is. So as I've, transcended that a couple of times in my own life, near-death experiences, and, big ayahuasca and other things, and technology problems that, seem to interfere sometimes. And you're like, what? Why is that always happening? But anyways, I'm going to continue and have patience, because this is another thing in the manifesting realm, is to, just like a gardener, you plant your seeds, you set your intentions, and then you expect it to grow. You expect it. So we say, don't expect, you're going to get disappointed, expectations. But again, that's a mentality. That's what we're told. And a lot of these religious or deeper traditions, they're always about like, that you have no power in it, and so that your will, actually it is thy will, because it's your soul connection that is guiding you. So you do have to meditate and know what you want, and for the highest good of all, if that it comes through where you say that, because it's not just about the ego, like I want this, but is this actually that for the highest good of all? And yeah, and I've been learning that, like a lot of us, through my journey here, that sometimes we don't always, we just want what we want in the moment and then face the consequences after. So learning how to manifest in the best way, to create the best life. And again, selfishness will say just for me, but that self-love and self-awareness, and that brings us to a place where you love the other as much as yourself, and you don't see the separation. You know that we're all together in this, and if I take, if my obsession or greediness, let's say, is really overwhelming others, which we're experiencing today with our systems, but that is changing, thankfully, and things are being exposed, as we know. So what I wanted to just empower people with on this video is, first of all, for me to express what I'm learning, because I write a lot in my books. These are like my notes, and I, want to put it together in a coherent way for book and courses and things like that, but also just to share what's happening, and because when you have a lot of information to share, you want to share. So one of the things we can do, we've been hearing a lot on Mind Valley, for example, the course, that woman Helene Hadsell, I think, who won all these contests, because she read a book and she realized that her mind, she can imagine that she won the contest and she would win all the time, and she kept winning. So she created this system called SPEC. I'm going to put it below. I was listening to this before, and I was taking a few notes. So it's be specific. So know what it is that you want. And this is a big one for some of us that are creative and can go all over the place, with so many ideas, and actually know that whatever we set our minds to, we can create, and we can, like, as an artist, as a creative person, this is what I've been learning anyways. This is actually in my other book. Sorry about that. So I like writing manually. I always have. I like to draw. I like to paint. And I'm working on having a little studio here and doing more of that. But again, manifesting the finances to be able to do that. So I'm in this process again of creating my ultimate work, have a great pay for great service and enjoy myself at the same time. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. I love being an entrepreneur. I love being flexible with my creativity and my time, and having multiple streams of income, selling products and things like that. And just my services, as in the healing services, the coaching, things like that. So this is something that I've been developing for many years, and some have benefited from this. But I haven't been, it's been a kind of a little quiet thing. For whatever reason, I wasn't into big, I was with my retreat center. It was a big project, big idea, but then I kind of eased into, some online stuff and all that. But now I'm back into having the energy and the focus to bring my ultimate reality to life. And now I can see the synchronicities aligning, and the people are there when I need, and things are flowing. And so I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm in the stream again. I'm in the flow. I'm in the momentum. So this is all happening because I've made my choice, right? So it's easier for me when it comes to like houses or projects or things like that. But it seems a little more difficult when it comes to relationship, when it comes to having like divine masculine partner in my life and things like that. So I'm working on that. And and so exploring the possibilities with that, and without overcomplicating things, but just knowing what I want and going for it. And just, so select it. First of all, you select, and you have to know what you want, be specific. So you set that up. You can make a list. You can, your ultimate. Then you project it. So you project it as a movie, as a visualization, as a mantra, and you keep affirming it over and over if you need that. Or you just project it and say, that's it, it's done. You expect it. So expect that it's done, like you order on Amazon or you order at the restaurant. You're just chilling, relaxing. It's going to come in a day or two, or maybe in 30 minutes if it's at the restaurant. Hopefully not a day or two, because that's a long freaking time. So anyways, you're just going to do that and expect it, and then collect it. Just accept it, appreciate it, have gratitude, enjoy it, and that's it. So imagine if it could be that simple, and apparently it's been tested over and over again. So that's what I'm doing. I am, of course, this is a Gregorian New Year. We're still in the month of January, the beginning of January 2023. In the Gregorian, which is not the actual New Year's, but because the collective is all together, there's an energy anyways of a new beginning, and why not, use that. And we just had the full moon in Cancer yesterday, whenever you watch this video, but which is like the culmination, and now we're going back into the moon waning back into. So all of these are different tools we can use, the cycles of the moon, the time of the year, but you can do it whenever, that's your own, there's a lot of those rituals and all that, which has been, it's kind of like the renaissance of the spiritual world, and people are at different places, and it's fun, just explore the tarot. The source speaks in many different ways. If you're open and receptive, you're going to see it speaking to you directly, like whether you call it angels or fairies or, all these beings. For me, it's source directly. I don't really get into all but I understand that, and I know the light beings, like when I passed through the portal of this reality and then went into more light and more love, there were actual light beings around me, and these light beings have come and gone a few times in my life in different, when I was pregnant with my last daughter, her name is Stella, which is the star being, Stella Sophia, which means the wisdom of the stars. So I know that we're going back to these other places after and all that. So I have a sense of peace overall with the transition of one state into another, or one body, and when you leave, you leave the. So all these things are give me a certain wisdom, I guess, a wisdom through experience that I share here with anyone that's there to listen. So that's it. I didn't want to make this too long, under 15-minute video. Sorry for the flashing again. I will one day either change the computer or find out how to fix that. If anybody sees this and knows, you can put a comment. I would appreciate it. It's been doing that for a while. So thank you so much for listening. Take good care and manifest your best life. Bye.